Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. What is going on? My. Hey guys, come on in. Come on. Yeah, TJ, we back. I was watching the lead attorney myself, so I had to wait for the lead attorney to go off before I came on because I always try to get his video in. So we are back. We are back. Whew, we have some things to talk about because I mean, today it got real. I mean, we knew it was coming. We definitely knew it was coming, but today it really got real. We talk about when giants fall. This is one of the days where we witness a giant falling. And it's not that you are wishing anything bad or gloating because of the loss that was had today, but today was definitely a win for those of us, and I'm going to include myself in this, for those of us who have been cyberbullied before. So yeah, this was something major. This was definitely something major today. And I think it's going to be talked about for a while. Not only is it setting the tone for, future lawsuits and other things that may take place, but the judge has set a precedence today when it comes to cyberbullying, because ultimately this is what this was. Trevin, hey, how you doing? Y'all let me put my comments on because I can't see them. There was definitely a precedent set today because we have a lot of people that are out in these streets that think it is okay to cyberbully people. And I am so glad that the judge made a decision. I think the decision was already made. What's up, Trevin? What's your question? I think a decision was already made. I think that Tasha helped make the decision. She helped the jury make a decision. She made a decision for the jury, as a matter of fact, when it came to the outcome of this trial. I don't think they had to do any hard thinking. I don't think that there was any hard back and forth about what needs to be done. She gave them no choice. I think everybody was watching. Everybody saw the same thing that was going on. I know that Tasha was watching. I'm pretty sure that Tasha was watching a lot of the commentary that was coming out about it. And like I said, with her being, let me not say being, because I don't want to go and put something out about somebody else either, but with her having narcissistic traits, I know that she was excited that her name was coming out in so many different places. But I also know that there is an embarrassment in what happened today. Whenever you tell people that you are going to win, you are a winner, you can't lose, you're wiping your behind with all this stuff. And now the judge has come out and said, basically he called her, he didn't call her that. He said today that she was a loser. I mean, it is what it is. Let me go back real quick. Let me get your question. I know it's the win against cyberbullying, but it's our freedom of speech taking a hit also. Trevor, I would say, I don't think this particular fight with her was about freedom of speech, because she crossed the freedom of speech line when she violated this young lady. And I mean, this is the only person that she's done it to. It's one thing for her to go out and put celebrity gossip out there, celebrity news, whatever she wants to put out there. But when you go, just like a lot of the bloggers are doing with the back and forth stuff and putting stuff about people knowing it's a lie, that's not legal. It's not legal. So ultimately, that freedom of speech thing kind of gets put to the side when you're violating the law, when you're violating someone's human rights, when you can't throw your rights out there like, oh, it's my right to freedom of speech. It's also our right to have peace, liberty, prosperity, and the pursuit of happiness. It's our right to have that and to always, look towards those things. And we should be able to do that without people slandering us or going and trying to find out stuff about, our families, our friends. You guys know, y'all witnessed it firsthand. Y'all saw it here. Y'all saw it happen over here. And it's like, It's just like all the stuff that's been going on. People pulling up people's families, their kids, trying to find out where they work at, trying to find out where they live at, trying to find out all this stuff. Ultimately, it's none of your business. It is none of your business. And when the tables are turned and it's time for somebody else, like if somebody's looking up information on you, then you have a problem with that. And it's not so much that you have something to hide. You just entitled to some level, to some degree of privacy. So I think in this particular instance, because she actually went after Cardi, it wasn't even in a journalistic manner. She physically went after Cardi with a vengeance. All of this basically deriving from the fact that Cardi turned down an interview. She wouldn't come on her show. So we have all of this as a result of, I'm going to have to take it, as a result of somebody that has narcissistic tendencies. Somebody didn't do what you wanted them to do. And you come back with the vengeance. You're full of rage. How dare she tell you no? I'm Tasha K. I'm the biggest blogger on YouTube. You're going to tell me no? Nobody tells me no. Well, Cardi did. So this is the result that we have of this particular situation. So that freedom of speech fight, like that argument kind of goes out the window with this. And I don't even think it's an argument that she could even make at this point, because when you go and regardless of what Cardi may say, because I said it before and I'm going to say it again, by no means is Cardi a saint, because I done heard her say some stuff that was a little out of pocket too in response to somebody else. I feel like people have the right to defend themselves. If you know somebody's coming at you and you feel the need to come back and say something to you to defend yourself, who am I to tell you, not to do it? I need to mind my business on that. But when you are going after somebody, when you are the perpetrator, when you are the person that's doing the bullying, she should have left that young lady alone. I mean, first of all, oh my goodness, she is too old to be messing with that young lady. I'm just gonna say it. That's one of the things that bothers me about bullying on YouTube and on social media. You have women that are old enough to be some of these younger women's daughters, and they're bullying them on social media. And I'm sitting up here, and let me turn this music down because it's kind of distracting to me. So give me 1 second. It's you may not like a person, but let me just say, I think we just gonna talk tonight. I think it's a little crazy. I don't think it makes sense to dislike somebody that you don't know. When I hear people saying that, I don't like them, they this, they that, and I ask them, well, do you know them? Have you met them before? And they tell me no. I'm looking like, what? 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 So, like, what did she not do for you, not to like her? Because you don't know her. She didn't do anything to you personally. So what did she not do for you, not to like her? So I'm just looking at this thing overall, and I know that there's going to be some type of extinction burst. There's going to be some type of behavior. I can only imagine what is going through her head and what is going on in her house tonight. Because, my. Has anybody in this chat ever dealt with someone who was a narcissist? If you have, put a 1 in the chat, because you will feel what I'm about to say on this. If you have ever dealt with a narcissist, put a 1 in the chat. Butterfly is, hey, I ride solo. Hey, Casey. Hey, Miss Eva. Hey. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. I have to go where the comments are. I got my own money. Hey, Tirana. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Only one person has dealt with a narcissist. Let me tell you something. I know more y'all have because y'all be on YouTube every day. You see them every day. Oh, we got 2. When you deal with someone that is a narcissist, let me tell you something. When I tell you that is a job, I'm not speaking to you as a therapist. I'm not speaking to you as a coach right now. I'm just speaking to you just as me. Just if you have, if you've never had to deal with a narcissist, count it all joy. Let me just say that. But it is a full-time job and it is draining. And I try to be careful with it because I still realize that it's some type of illness. It still falls as some type of illness. But when you have to deal with that on a continuous basis, 24/7, 365, you got a job all by yourself. You got a job all by yourself. Because these people, Lord have mercy. That's what I'm telling you. I can only imagine what's going on in that house because the rage. I can only imagine what the spouse may be hearing about going and saying that she lied, not agreeing with what she was saying, not going along with her story. I can only imagine. I can only imagine the rage that is felt right now, number one, because how dare those jurors, those low peons, how dare they say that I'm guilty of anything? How dare this judge that doesn't make the kind of money that I make, whatever, how dare this judge, say that I'm guilty of anything? How dare they let this woman that used to be a stripper and got all this stuff going on and whose husband cheated on her and all this other stuff, how dare they say that I owe her anything? She is beneath me. Y'all, this is narcissist thinking. This is the type of thinking that they have. Yes, I ride solo. You said it right there. She wanted to be famous. She is not famous. It is not in the way that she wanted to be. But in true narcissist fashion, they will find a way to turn this negative around. And in their mind, it's not a negative thing that they are looking, I don't want to say crazy, that they are looking a little, not so good right now. I went and I looked at some of the stories that were put out by the media. I'm not talking about social media, but actual true media outlets. I went and looked at some of the stories, and they really have her looking like a mad woman. And I have to say, it's not them that have her looking like a mad woman. Her behaviors have her looking like a mad woman. She had a chance to back off. She had a chance to back away. She had a chance to leave her alone. But a bully is going to be a bully. Understand that when you bully other people, you have your own mess going on. You haven't dealt with your own insecurities. This is what makes you want to bully other people. So, what at this point, if she goes back and wants to go and do some more videos about, Cardi and calling her all these names and saying all this salacious stuff about her, she's going to have to answer for some more. Cardi has no problem taking her to court. And I believe the other people, I actually heard at least 2 other people that said they were pursuing something against her. And the thing is, you're going to let your mouth get you in trouble. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. Y'all know I don't get super chats and stuff over here. So thank you, Casey. Tasha is older than Cardi and should have held herself out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, as a person that has children, because Tasha has her own kids, she should recognize the fact that Cardi has kids. Tasha is somebody's wife. Cardi is somebody's wife. There's a certain level of respect, even if you don't know somebody. There's a certain level of respect, and I'm going to speak as a woman. There's a certain level of respect that you should have for other women, period. And the fact that this young lady never did anything to her, and not saying that Cardi is an angel by any means. She would tell you. You listen to a song, she put it out there. But still, you can't bully people just because they don't do the things that you want them to do. So in the middle of all this, all the jokes that she was putting out there, all the stuff that she was putting out there to make Cardi feel bad, and it bothered me. Let me tell you, it bothered me. It really bothered me. I felt like, because if you watch Cardi on Instagram and on different things, and like I said, I am a fan of Cardi B. I bump Cardi when I exercise. When I walk, I'm bumping Cardi B. I'm just going to say that. I listen to Offset too, but when I walk, I bump Cardi B. I'm just saying, I do a little gospel on the side, but I bump Cardi B. So my thing is to watch her emotions go up and down. And I'm speaking on Cardi. You knew that she was going through something, even when she was trying to get this woman to leave her alone. And it's bad when you, as an adult, have to go and basically beg another adult to leave you alone. Listen, as children, we have to build up the courage whenever somebody's bothering us as children and say, leave me alone. As an adult, to have to go and tell somebody, ask somebody, beg somebody to leave me alone, that's serious to me. And to know that because of this woman's behavior, she's sitting up in a therapist's office talking about what's going on with her and Tasha and how it's making her feel. Now that I can speak on. That I can definitely speak on. And I know that even though this is a win for her today, this is still some stuff that when she gets back with that therapist, she's still going to have to process this stuff, because a win doesn't make it over. You still have to go back through, because now you're still dealing with the fact that another adult would want to do something like this to you, that another adult would like intentionally try to destroy you, try to destroy your family, try to destroy your reputation, try to destroy your livelihood. Somebody to even come at you like that. And that's hard to y'all understand. Oh Lord, that's just not, that's not what regular people do. That's what bullies do, but that's not what regular people do. You don't, and that's why I had to back away from a lot of the stuff that was going on YouTube, because I'm like, you know what, this mess right here, this is for the birds. Like, I can't even, when I hear people say I'm grown and I'm this, but you acting like worse than a 12-year-old, like, I can't. I can't. And this is what we seeing. This is what we have witnessed. And like I said the other night, the bad part is some of the people that were talking about what Tasha was doing and calling Tasha wrong, some of them have participated in the same behaviors. They have participated in the same darn behaviors. Some are still participating in the same behaviors. So when it comes to calling Tasha out on what she's doing, I call foul when it comes to that. Because if you're not going to hold yourself accountable, then what in the flip you talking about her for? That's the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot, calling the kettle. So I do hope that what happened with Tasha set certain precedents out here in these streets. I do hope that YouTube and other social media outlets start holding people accountable for their actions, because enough is enough. And it has been enough a long time ago. It was enough a long time ago. So I'm just sitting here and I'm watching. I'm like, let me take a drink, y'all. Hold on. Hair be sticking up on the side. It won't cooperate. Woo, Jesus. I can't. One thing that a narcissist cannot deal with is losing. And I am praying that the same feelings that she was trying to invoke, that Tasha was trying to invoke in Cardi, don't end up being the feelings that she end up having to deal with now that this verdict has been passed. That's why you have to be careful. Cardi B for I said Cardi, career for life. How you doing? I'm on Cardi right now. You have to be careful when you're trying to put stuff out and do stuff for other people and make them feel some type of way, because that thing comes around quick. It comes around quick. And I don't know a lot about y'all. A lot of us aren't, I don't want to say fortunate enough, but a lot of times we have people do stuff to us, and sometimes we get to see like that karma come back around, and sometimes we never see it. I have been in a position where anyone that has did something wrong to me, at least it's stuff that I knew about, I have been blessed enough that I have been able to see that turnaround. I think in this particular situation, because so many people have been done wrong by Tasha, I feel like it was meant for this to come out publicly the way that it's coming out, because this is definitely a lesson for her now. Whether or not she sees it as a lesson, whether or not she takes heed, whether or not she decides to fall back, whether or not she decides to rebrand, go in another direction, that's going to be completely up to her. But at this point, hopefully she has learned that you definitely reap what you sow. Let me touch on that for a minute. I ain't get to touch on it on Sunday. Let me touch on it real quick. You definitely reap what you sow. So you have to be careful that whatever seeds that you are sowing, that you're putting them in good ground. And the ground that she has been laying is not good ground. Yes, that ground has helped her make money, but it is not good ground. So the seeds that you sow will not be a good harvest. And that's what's happening right now. So all the stuff that has made her money is also going to be the same stuff that cost her money. All those videos that she put out there that made her all this money and got her these extra people, these are the same videos that are going to help bring her right back down a notch. And this is something that she hopefully sits down and looks at and says, you know what? I messed up. Hopefully she'll get it in her mind the same way I mentioned before. Whenever she came after the lead attorney, she came back and apologized to him. I'm hoping that she has that come to Jesus moment, and feels the need to come back and apologize to Cardi and anybody else that she has done wrong. Not because somebody told her to, but because she is a human being. Let that human side come out. Show people that you are actually like really, truly a living, breathing human, and that you are able to apologize. Because I don't want people to get this thing twisted when I talk about narcissism and people being manipulative and all that stuff. This is what they do. These are traits. But I'm not going to say that they aren't aware of what they're doing. These are things that they choose to do. So change is possible. It's about whether or not they want to change. And that's the thing with her. Do you want to do something different? Do you want to try to right your wrongs? Do you want to take this bad ground that you have here and dish this stuff up and turn it over and try to plant better seeds on better ground? Or are we going to keep going with the same thing? Because ultimately, like I said before, her viewers, they're going to watch her. People that love the mess, they're going to continue watching her. Now, here's the thing. When she backs away and she's not talking about Cardi the way that she was talking about Cardi, then the people that were there and that like hearing her talk bad about Cardi, those people are going to find somewhere else to go. If she's not doing all the gossip and talking bad about people, you know what? Those people are going to find somewhere else to go. They're going to find the next channel to go to where people are gossiping and talking bad about people. If she's not sitting up there drinking the whole time, and that's a whole other story, then the people are going to find somebody else to go to that's getting their drink on the whole time and just saying what, like, people will find somewhere else to go. That's going to be a telltale sign for her who was really for her. But she will see. It's the same thing with me. I was talking to one of the sisters today, And we were talking about one of my videos. And the thing that I was saying is, and I know you guys that actually follow me, you can attest to this. When it came to RK, and I'm just going to say RK, I made a conscious decision. Even though I wasn't putting out bad content, I made a conscious decision to back away. And when I backed away, I understood that meant that I was going to lose some subscribers. I knew I was going to lose some viewers. I knew I was going to lose some money. Because when you go from videos that have thousands and thousands of views down to, because of a certain topic, and you decide to put that topic to the side, then you know that there's a risk that comes along with that. That's the choice that I decided to make for my peace and my well-being. Because after dealing with cyberbullying and the doxing and all the other stuff, I had some decisions to make, because I still got to be a professional at the end of the day. I still have my security and the safety of my family that comes into play. I have to make sure that my people are good. And when you're putting my personal information, I got my own money, have a good one. When you go and put my personal information out there, then that puts me in jeopardy, right? So I had to make a conscious decision to back away, knowing that there were going to be some declines and some things when I did it. But I would trade all of that for peace. And that's what I've had since I made that decision. So she's going to have to sit down and she's going to have to weigh all of her options. Now, I'm pretty sure she can find a way. When the thing is, when you have, if you're a narcissist anyway, I mean, you got the gift of gab, so you can. That's the one person that can get blood from a turnip. If you're a narcissist, you can get blood from a turnip. You got magical powers. But I'm just playing. But whenever it comes to something like that, you got to sit down and you got to make some choices. You definitely have to make some choices. And in those choices, if you are deciding that you want to be a better you, if you want to get rid of some of those narcissistic behaviors, and this is the reason why I am doing the videos that I am doing. I'm not doing it just because she's in the trial and I want some gossip that I can talk about. I'm doing it because I realized a long time ago, when I really started watching her behaviors, when I stopped looking at her as a blogger and just started watching what she was doing, after I saw how she started handling some situations, I said she has a problem. For me, from one sister to another, that didn't look good. It did not look good. And I addressed it before. Made a comment like, sis, listen, I made a video. Like, you need to do better. You got to stop lying. You got to start telling the truth. This was something that I said a long time ago because I saw it. I'm telling y'all, this stuff may be good in the short term, the immediacy. You get that money. You feeling good because you're getting a little change in your pocket. You feeling good because you're getting a little change in your pocket. You feel like you're doing something. Let me tell you something. Money comes and goes. And that's the reason why I could make my decision that I made about YouTube, because as long as I got my regular job, I can do the YouTube thing. You know, it's good to have a little extra little residual income coming in on the side. But you shouldn't let this thing cost your soul. Ooh. You can't let this thing cost you your soul. And that's what I'm saying. And I can speak from experience because I have been in this seat. I have found myself wanting to come back at people. I done found myself reverting back to the old me, wanting to lay hands on people, wanting to put my paws on people. And I know I have been delivered. Hallelujah. I have been delivered from all that. So whenever you find yourself in the place where it has you wanting to go back, ooh. It's time to do something different. It's time to change some things. You got to rearrange some things. Now, going back to Miss Tasha with this stuff that went on. To sit back and watch all these videos. I know she's watching the lead attorney. I know. We knew she had to be watching him before because she responded to him. You know she's watching her mind because they've had a back and forth for however long. I don't know who else she may have in her peripheral, but those I know that she's watching. And we just got off a video that had over 5,000 people in a live stream that was talking about something that was dealing with her, talking about her losing this case. That is something that hurts a narcissist. When I say it hurts to the core. It hurts to their soul. You hear me? It hurts. So when I say I can only imagine what is going to happen tonight, what is going on in that mind, that's why you have to be careful that the thoughts that you are hoping or wishing on other people, you better hope they don't become your thoughts. Because when you can say that you do stuff to people to get a rise out of them, or you do stuff to people, you know, you do this because you know that she can afford counseling. Well, until this money has to be paid out, she can afford counseling too. And I would strongly recommend that she get it. Hey, Tori, how you doing, lady? I would strongly recommend, I would strongly hope. I would, Lord have mercy, if I could just put hands on it. Lord, she needs to get someone to sit down with her, and she may already be seeing somebody. And a lot of times when you're dealing with professionals and they know they're dealing with somebody that has a little, like she has a name on YouTube, they may not want to be honest with them. A lot of people that are narcissists, and a lot of people that are narcissists tend, if they go to counseling, they tend to get counselors that are fearful of addressing them. They get counselors that'll talk to them about some stuff, but ultimately they'll get people that are yes men or yes women. They don't get people that are going to be straight up with them. If she gets a life coach, she's not going to get a life coach that's going to be real with her. She'll get a life coach that'll tell her what she wants to hear and kind of dance around stuff. She needs somebody that's going to be straight up with her. She needs somebody that should, at this point, tell her that what you're doing is a bunch of bull. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Stop it. What you're doing to this young lady is insensitive, it's inhumane, it's sad. She needs somebody that will pull her up and tell her that. And if they're telling her that she's not listening, so I'm thinking that she has somebody that's not really being real with her about what's going on, because child, Lady Diva, hey, how you doing? How you doing? There's something, like I said, there's a disconnect there. There is definitely a disconnect there. I wish. I said that I don't know if I could work with her because that would be some long days. But sometimes, I mean, I say that, but I'm like, dang, I wish I could, just let me have a little talk with you. Like, just let me talk to you for a minute. Jersey girl, hey, how you doing? I just, you know, when I hear somebody saying, I talk about everybody, I come after everybody, I come after my own family, I talk about my mom, I talk about my daddy, I talk about my husband, I talk about it. I'm like, are you happy? Because that's what we need to start at. Are you happy? Because if you're happy, then you don't do all these things to people. You don't come after people like that. You want other people to be happy too. If you're that content with the lifestyle that you're living and the money that you're making and you got all this stuff coming in, then you're not sitting there trying to bring other people down. No, that's not what you do. And if you say that you're trying to mentor people and you're trying to be a leader or whatever, then you lift people up. You don't take all this time trying to tear people down or build them up just to tear them down. That's not how this works, but that is the work of a narcissist. I'm going to build you up with the sole purpose of tearing you down. I'm going to build you up long enough. What's going on, pal? I'm going to build you up long enough so that I can sit there, and the minute you get comfortable, I'm going to knock you. I'm going to just kick you right on off that little pedestal that I put you on. and tell you that I did this for you. I gave you this. You wouldn't be anything without me. That narcissist just, oh, Jesus. Let me tell you. You cannot get a good harvest with bad ground. Doesn't matter what kind of seeds you planting. If that ground is bad, you will not get a good harvest, Tasha. Oh my goodness, you will not ever get a good harvest. If you continue doing people wrong, if you continue coming after people, if you continue trying to degrade people, if you continue trying to just dig up all kinds of stuff and make up stuff on people, you will not reap a good harvest. All the things that you have been blessed with will slowly, sometimes quickly, but they will slowly start diminishing. They will fade away, and the very people that you talked about, the very people that you called slack, they're not on your level. The very people that you gave your behind to kiss are the same ones that are going to be reaping the blessings that used to be yours. Those same people. Child. My. I didn't know better, but she thought after getting a pass on ruining the image, she just couldn't stop slandering. Lady Diva, let me tell you something. And like I said, I try to stay away from, talking about that stuff with him, but all of this is a part of reaping that bad ground. Do you see what I'm saying? The same people that you brag about, oh, I got them under my, wrapped around my finger, I got them under my thumb. These are the same people that were sitting in that courtroom right behind you, taking notes. You know what I'm saying? They sitting back there, different people taking notes, because at this point, you have crossed a lot of boundaries. That's something that I added on that video that I posted today. Quick plug. I posted a quick video on 7 ways to identify narcissistic and manipulative behavior. And this is in comparison, looking at Tasha. I want same people that you were, I got home this under my security. I got this letter and these 3 letters and these same 3, like these people are looking at you. You put yourself under the microscope. You put yourself right there. That radar is like, is right there. You put yourself there with all this grandiose grandstanding. The same people. And that's what I was saying before. See, you're going to really get to see how these people work. Because people will kiki and caca with you all day to get the information that they need, just like you do. But now you're going to see how people actually work, how this stuff works. Oh, my goodness. Like I said, I can only imagine. And it doesn't matter how much she sits up in front of the camera and plays that role. It's a role. It's like USA. I think they say characters welcome. It's a role. And if you look at her, even in these last few weeks or whatever, when she's posting stuff, she has a look of concern. Even when she's talking trash about people, like going, and she has a look of concern on her face. Her body language, her whole demeanor shows that she is concerned. You can see it. So the thing is, it's like, who would have thought that the very thing that you were wishing on other people, when you were wishing that other people get put under the jail, when you were wishing that these people get investigated by these people, When you were doing all this stuff, like hoping all this stuff on other folks, and you know the folks I'm talking about, when you were wishing all this stuff on other folks, who would have thought that you would find yourself in this situation? And although this is civil, it can easily go in another direction. It can easily go in another direction. Especially if she continues to do in narcissistic fashion and again say bump the rules don't apply to me, because again, narcissists don't believe that the rules apply to them. So if she says bump that, the rules don't apply to me, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, then she's going to find herself in a whole other situation, worse than what she's already dealing with now. What she had, well, she's still dealing with this because this isn't over. But I am hoping, child, I'm hoping from one GA resident to another. I mean, I'm a South Carolina girl, but I'm a GA resident right now. From one GA resident to another. From one Atlanta chick right now to another, that you decide, I have done enough. I have done enough. I have ran my race. I need to go sit my tail down somewhere. I'm going to say it in the way that Georgia folks, okay, I'm going to need to go sit my tail down somewhere. Go and sit down and rest a little while. I need to go sit my tail down somewhere and leave folks alone. Going on in the house now. Leave these people children alone. Leave these people children alone. Because you can't tell me that you right here and you concerned about black girls and all this stuff and black women and people of color. Y'all do know people of color include more than just people that identify as being black. I'm just saying. But anyway, you all for the women and you taking up for them, but then we the first ones to come after. First ones. So I think today, I know last night was that last night? The other night, I don't know. One of these nights, I had talked about having that narcissist supply and how it has to be replenished at all times. Today, that narcissist reply is on E. So she's going to need something to fill that tank back up. Because that judge literally let all the air out of her tire today. Now, if she was thinking realistically, then realistically, she should have known that she was going to lose this case. I think everybody saw it except her. She was going to lose this case. I'm pretty sure her husband saw it. I know her attorney saw it. Like, it was a no-brainer. Like, but that narcissistic thinking, like, whatever. Y'all, this stuff is deep whenever it comes to this. And again, I want to remind y'all that just because somebody has narcissistic traits and narcissistic characteristics, that does not mean that they cannot control their behavior. It means that they refuse to control their behavior. They want to act like that. Maybe not to that extent. They got some issues going on, so that elevates the behavior a little bit more, but still. You know when you're not treating people right. Whether you're a narcissist or not, you know when you're not treating people right. Yes, she won. She won 1.25. Actually, she's going to win more than that. That's like an initial amount. You still have to go through the extra fees. You have to go through the attorney's fees. You have to go through the any damages, any punitive damages. So she's going to pay her more than that. To answer your question. So my thing is, we sitting up here and it's like, listen. You're going to have to think about all this stuff that you did all these other people and pray to God that this is the only thing that you're going to feel from that. that he says, okay, this only, you learned your lesson. Let me go ahead and do this. You learned your lesson. You're going to have to, like, y'all going to have a conversation. I don't know which beliefs are, child. Don't let me be throwing some beliefs on you, but whatever, whoever, like, y'all, so you and somebody going to have to sit down and have some conversations and really have a conversation with somebody that is going to be honest with you. Like, just straight up with you. My gosh, I wish I was there to tell you to sit down. I ain't encouraged. Sit down. just sit down somewhere. Like, now, let's talk about it. That's you? Let's talk about it. I ain't gonna be petty because I tell don't be petty. But let me say this. Who were the enablers in your camp that allowed you to continue on with this foolishness for all these years and then check you on it? We know that the husband is one. Who are the other enablers that are a part of this? It's a business enterprise. Who are the enablers that are a part of this that allowed this stuff to go on? Now, we know that there was another young lady that was involved, but Cardi didn't go after her. I guess, there was really nothing there. But who were the people that allowed you or stood by while you went and did all this stuff and didn't say anything? Who were the people that were around you and saw you coming after this young lady and then pull your coattails? Who were those people that just sat there and, yeah, the bobbleheads. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Who were those people that, because at the end of the day, the same, you see what I'm saying? The same thing that you're putting off on other people, this is the same thing that you got going on. Different scenario, same story. You have the same type of players in your circle. Same thing. She should have took the cease and desist letter, and she would have been fine. I'm sure her staff can't do nothing with her semi-pregnant. Lady Diva, I don't think it's semi. I don't think it's semi, child. I think that's full blown. But I ain't allowed to say that. But yeah, I think that's full blown. I do believe that in her situation, like I was saying the other night, I don't think her lawyers could do anything with her. So with her talking about them and what they were doing for her, the defense that they were putting up for her, I don't think they could do anything with her. I don't think she would listen. I don't think she would listen to her husband. I don't think she would listen. So it's one thing that my mama always told us is that a hard head makes a soft behind. And right now, I'm pretty sure her behind is feeling like a pillow. Okay? A hard head makes a soft behind. I hope that the other lady gave her the story. Tasha ran off with it. Right, Pap. And they didn't go after her because she didn't have them coins. She wasn't supposed to be the one that taught Tasha the lesson. She got the right one with Cardi. All these other people that she did this stuff to, she got these stories from all these other different people. You never know where your lesson gonna come from. You never know where that lesson is gonna come from. And like I was thinking, and I've said before with Cardi, I think her situation was different because she's a girl. She tells you she comes from the street. And it's one thing when somebody does something to you, especially another female, you can go out and y'all can fight it out and that's it. She can't do that. She's already had to go to court and go through different stuff or still trying to live that street life. So she can't do that now. So now, in order for you to fight, you're going to have to fight with that paper. And so that's what I'm saying. This is definitely a lesson for Cardi too, because it's not about you throwing them hands. Now you got to show how you make your dollars work. And now it's not about you going around saying, oh, I beat that chick up and did this stuff. You can say that you beat somebody, but now it's in a different way. Not only did you come after them financially, but you made a statement, because it's speaking up for other people that are being bullied out here, because she was bullied. That you... Me no say. I tell you, boy, listen. Wendy need to. She's some disrespectful stuff. She definitely got it. You know, I feel like Wendy has some stuff going on too. She definitely has some mental issues, some things that need to be addressed with her. She has some stuff going on too. But I feel like Tasha did some foul stuff with her as well. I had mentioned that the other night, the way that she, you know, called the hospital pretending to be someone else to find out if it's Kevin's wife now. I think he married her. Didn't he marry her? Finding out if the lady was there having a baby or whatever. It's just certain things like, and again, that's why I put in that video, another plug, y'all go back and watch that video, 7 ways to identify narcissistic and manipulative behaviors. She has no boundaries. And that is typical of a narcissist. They have no boundaries. There is no stop button. Like, there's no skirt. Like, there's none of that. Like, and oh my goodness. The grandiosity, okay? For you to have such an inflated sense of self that not only would you go and do it, but you would play the call. Like, you want people to hear the mess that you did to get the lady's information. The unmitigated gall, okay? Again, going back to the same thing that she did with Kelly. Not only did you do it, you went and bragged about having the plug on the inside, because the rules don't apply to you. I hope today showed you that the rules do apply. You are not above the law. Your feelings matter just as much as anybody else's feelings matter, because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many viewers you have, we are all still human. So you need to remember that the next time you go after somebody. They are human just like you are. You won't want somebody coming talking about your kids. You shouldn't be talking about nobody else's kids. You don't like people getting into your marital situation and making rumors. And that's another thing. You know what? If we get into the habits of minding our business, like whoever who got in their bed and who, like, that ain't none of our business. So whatever Cardi had going on, didn't have going on, like that, mind your business. Mind your business. Like, if somebody calls you, if the person that you are putting the information out on, if they call you and they say, look, this is what I got going on, you can report this, have at it. But just going and making up stuff about people, again, this is another one of the ways to spot narcissistic and manipulative behaviors. Manipulative people will go and make up lies. They make up lies. They know that there are lies. There's no question about whether or not what they're saying is true. They don't care that it's not true. They make up lies to have control over people. It is a type of control technique that these people do. Tasha will have to come out of pocket with at least $5 million. Raz Jill, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I think she's going to have to come out more than that too, because I've heard other people. I think I've even heard Bobby, what's his name? Bobby Lights or whatever. One of the guys that she's put some stuff out on, like she said some salacious stuff about him too. You got people that are coming for her. They were sitting back literally, and he even said he was waiting to see what happened with this particular trial right here. And the thing is, Cardi set the blueprint. She laid out the blueprint. When I said the precedent has been set, she has literally laid out the blueprint for other people to follow. Now they know if I want to, just do this in state court, and okay, and if I ask for this amount, I know it's going to stay in court. Now I know that if I want to get this into federal court, I have to ask for at least $75,000. Now people learning how this stuff goes. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm collecting all these videos. I need to make sure that I'm getting all these messages. I need to speak to any bloggers or anybody that even talked about what she said or kept clips of anything that, like, she laid out the blueprint for what other people need to do to go after people that are participating in these darn cyberbullying behaviors. She has officially laid the blueprint. Call her Jay-Z, the blueprint. She has officially, like, it's done, son. It's done. So at this point, now people know what to do. And people are not going to deal with it. They are not going to deal with it, and they shouldn't deal with it. Absolutely not. And the thing that gets me, like I said, at least some of the people, some of the people that dealt with her or that listen to her, they're still going to listen. You have people that are like true, devout fans. That's with anybody that has any type of social media channel. Like, whether you have your fans that are going to be there through thick and thin, hey, shout out to them. But people that sat there and they were like okay with what she was doing, to be, if I came on here and told y'all, I thank you guys for watching. First thing I got to do this real quick. Y'all know, I don't get to clown that much on here. I got to try to be professional. But let me do this for a minute. God is good all the time, okay? I just want to come on here and make this announcement. I want y'all to know that everything I'm going to tell y'all is a lie. It's going to be a good lie. Some lies might not be so good. I ain't worked that hard on them. But what I'm going to tell you is a lie. And I expect y'all to be crazy enough to believe what I'm saying tonight. Hallelujah. I want y'all to be crazy enough to believe this, just like y'all buying that oil from Peter Popoff in that water. Y'all see what I'm saying? I want y'all to believe what I'm saying, because everything I said is the truth. And that's a lie. Woo! If I came on here and just told y'all that from the beginning, and y'all crazy enough to sit here and just give me your money, because they giving her money. You hear me? Just give me your money, and even pay to get on a Patreon account with me for me to lie to you some more. Listen, I ain't even mad. I ain't mad. I ain't knocking her hustle. You know what? Because if Pat, let me tell you something. Bless his little asthmatic heart. Did her sponsors drop her? Somebody made a point at this point, like, when you get some information out, say, you know what? Buy this pen from Pentel. It has the best ink in the world. It is the bestest of the best pen. It's like the best pen that you will ever write with. It's like the writingest pen that you'll ever write with in the whole world. Like, buy this pen. I endorse this pen. Like, if you still sit there and listen to me, after I sat in that courtroom and I told the judge that I basically lied about everything. I even lied about lying. I lied about the lies that I said when I was lying. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna need. You know what? will be crazy. You are literally saying, we're going to continue to sponsor you and pay you to market our product. None of these people don't believe you. They're not buying that stuff. They are not buying that stuff, okay? Y'all gonna see this pen. Y'all probably invested in 10 of these pens because I told y'all these were the best of the best. It's the most writingest pen that you would ever write with in your writing life. You're gonna take those pens and you're gonna throw them all out the window because at that very moment you realize that most of the pens don't even have ink in them. Like, you will start seeing the light. The people that have a little bit of sense, you will start seeing the light, once the truth is revealed. But you have those, like I said, that it does not matter because that manipulator has got them to the place where she wanted them to be. So it doesn't matter what she says or what she does. She has them in a place where they're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. And that's what the narcissist likes. And that's why they keep feeding into these devilish behaviors. But you'd be crazy if you still sat here and bought this pen, even though I told you it was the best. And even though you done had it and you done tried to write with it 3 times, not a lick of ink came out of it, but you believed that it was the best because I said it was the best. You'd be crazy to sit there and still purchase these devilish pens behind me because I told you they were the best when you knew they were crap when you bought them in the first place. You knew I lied to you then. So why are you still fooling with me now? Like, why? Why you? I lied to you then. Why should I stop? Can't stop, won't stop. Why should I stop? It's working. It's working for me. Hey, it's working for me. Why should I stop? I have no incentive to stop. There is nothing about what's going on that would make me want to stop. I think a comment was made that it's going to take an injunction for me to take these videos down and take all this stuff down. The judge say what? I got 1.25 on it. Like, you got to be careful. Again, the seeds that you plant when that ground is not right, you got to be careful about those seeds because my. She was aiming for a TV show. That pen gonna last me 100 years. Y'all. Okay. See, I got people that expect me to be professional at all times, but okay, I'm gonna type it. I ain't gonna say it. I got a TV show. Let me make sure I spell it right. Check the chat. When you get the message, put a 1 in the chat. That's my recommendation for a TV show. A full-fledged documentary. Shabazz, where you at? We need a documentary, sir. I'm going to have to call you. We need a documentary ASAP. I digress. Lord forgive me. I do believe. Teresa, you feel me? Okay. Because these stories start to look similar. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. All I'm saying is let me bring it on back. I hope. Okay, now I'm seeing some ones. Okay. That's the show that needs to get put out, Surviving Tasha K. That's the show. If she's gonna do a show, I hope that's the show. That's the documentary. It needs to be a 4 to 5 part documentary so we can get the before, the during, and the after of all this stuff that has taken place with this case. And I think they need to go and interview the victims. I think that there will be a lot of them on there. I think that Armand would be on there. I think that Storm would probably be on there. I think that Jaguar Wright would be on there. I think that Wendy Williams would be on there. I think that the Aura would be on there. And it's just a plethora of people that would probably be on there sitting in front of that green screen back there telling their story. I can see it. I remember my first encounter with Tasha K. When did y'all meet? We didn't. Y'all never met? No, we never met, but I remember our first encounter. I'm playing. Okay, so I'm hoping that at this particular point, now that everything has come out, they have the decision from the judge. Not a final decision, because we got to see what all this stuff is going to add up to. I'm not so much concerned with the amount. My thing was just seeing if justice was going to show up and show out on this one. Because number one, like I said, it's a thing where people need to see that you can't go around doing this to people. Like it's unacceptable, and it's just unacceptable. The other thing is, for people that do have narcissistic traits or narcissistic characteristics, it's a good way to show them that, look, you can be narcissist all you want to be, but you're going to lose this case and you're going to pay this money. So either you're going to get the help that you need, or you're going to have to come out of your pocket and pay whatever you need to pay for the damage that you cause to other people. Like, I don't think anybody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to have this battle with this narcissistic person. I just don't think that people wake up and ask for that, I can see if it's your spouse and y'all got papers together and all that stuff, but this is somebody that, you don't have any dealings with. Y'all don't have any contracts in place. Like, y'all don't have any kids together. There's no bonding ties. So why should you have to put up with that for 2-3 years? Like, what? And why would you be so invested in someone that you have no type of relationship with? Why would you be that invested in someone for so long? I mean, at some point, you probably got other people, that have narcissistic traits. They probably saying, dang, 3 years? Like, why so long? At what point do you say, I've done enough? Let me leave this girl alone and move on to something else. Like, have we reached that point yet? Are you going to let it go? And like I said, go back and revamp, take a little break. I know she said she was going to be back this week and next week. I think she told her fans that she was going to be back. She, had to get past all this court stuff. I wish that she would take a little break, take a little hiatus or whatever, and try to get her mess back together. Go and get some help. Find out where all this anger and this resentment and this envy is coming from, because it's deep rooted. Like, where is it coming from? Especially for somebody that you don't know, for people that you don't know. I feel like some of the same hate that she had for Cardi was like, that's the same way she came after RK too. Like, she knew him personally. That's the same way she came after Wendy, or Wendy's husband. I don't know if she was going for Wendy or the husband, but like, you come after these people like you know them personally. Jaguar, regardless of what they had going on, she came after her like she knew her personally. And I mean, she's relentless with it. It's like, It's too much. It's too much. And I don't know how people can sit there with a straight face and go along with that mess and act like it's okay and cheer that mess on when you know that if it was being done to you, then it would be a different story. So, let me do this real quick. I wish I had those little fast text thumbs like the young people do. I gotta. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and touch bases and talk about some of the stuff that was going on because, like I said, today was like the fall of the Giants. I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago. Remember when, you know what? I got it. It's my own video. I can play my own video. I might not play nobody else's video, but I can play my own video. Hold up. This is what it reminds me of. Give me 1 second.
Shall we begin?
Okay. I'm going to play this for y'all. Do not say that Doc is being petty tonight. I'm just showing you, like, this is a win for cyberbullying tonight. And I see this like you got a David and Goliath thing kind of going on. And when you see that giant falling, it's like a win for all the little people that have been stepped on for all this time and like had all this stuff going on. So I'm gonna show you what this reminds me of tonight. And this is just, I'll show you. Okay. That's it. Y'all don't call me petty now. Don't call me petty, but I'm gonna play this for a minute. I'm gonna play this. Oh my.
Shall we begin? Let's begin.
I'm just gonna play this real quick to show you what I thought tonight.
Hi guys, this is Carolina Diamond Epiphany of Change, Dr. Rogers, coming to you guys once again today with a brief video. Now, I know I always talk about doing the right thing and not, getting any kicks out of anyone else's misfortune. But I ran across this video tonight. So we know how Oprah always appears to have everything together. She can do no wrong. She never has any slip-ups until today. So she was giving a presentation on wellness, telling people how she defines wellness, and she talks about balance and how important it is to be balanced in today's world. And she wasn't so balanced this time.
Lord, please forgive me for making this video. But when I saw this little tumble, I got so tickled on the inside. Lord, it tickled my spirit now. It tickled my spirit. Now, I must say that at the end of all this, the Oprah was fine. She was not injured in this little fall. But it said, while addressing the crowd, Oprah spoke about balance, saying, here's my definition of what wellness means to me. It's my definition, not yours. She continued, wellness to me means all things in balance. And balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times.
So here's my definition of what wellness means to me. This is my definition, not yours, just an idea, because you're going to be defining it for yourself. Wellness to me means all things in balance, and balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times. Wrong shoes.
Did she just say wrong shoes? Now, she's the kind of person that's recording goals and shows the word balance.
Yes.
Message.
Thank you so much. So, it's nice to be talking about balance and fall.
So you know she has to have a good comeback, right? So she handled it like a G. I gotta give her that, but the timing of that fall was priceless. One more time.
Here's my definition of what wellness means to me. This is my definition, not yours, just an idea, because you're going to be defining it for yourself. Wellness to me means all things in balance, and balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times.
The lady said, "Oh."
Okay. Okay, I played that because that, when I thought about giants falling, that's what I thought about today. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I may be wrong. I'm wrong. You know what? I'm going to pull my own coattails. But that's what I thought about today whenever, you know, the whole thing was going on. Heal the land, please. Hey, how you doing? It is like JR. Who did it? Who killed JR? I felt like I thought about that today. It was like, and I entitled that When Goliath Falls. So that's what it made me think about when I saw the stuff going on, because it's like, oh wow, like you did, you had a chance. I cannot see myself on the screen. I don't know what my thing has going on. I believe that's my I can't see myself on screen at this point. See, that's God telling me. I see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's why you can't be doing stuff wrong like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta do stuff right. My whole screen done disappeared. I don't see nothing. But yeah, so I'm hoping that she's able to sit down. Like, honestly, I hope that she is able to sit down at this point, have a talk with her husband, have a talk with whoever her advisors are, like whoever she confides in. Sipping with Dimples, how you doing? Whoever she trusts to talk to, I hope that she sits down and they have a real conversation with her tonight. Number one, to help, make sure that her emotions are in check from all this stuff that's going on. Because like I said before, this is one of those things where a loss is hard for a narcissist to deal with. So it's like you got to be on watch that night for some people, because you don't know how they're going to react. And that's why I was saying, I'm hoping that the same feelings and emotions that she was wishing on Cardi, she doesn't end up but I'm feeling some of those same emotions and feelings that she was hoping on someone else, or wishing that somebody else was feeling. So I hope that they sit down and have a talk with her tonight and really do some real strategizing at this point. Like, what direction are we going to take this channel in? I'm pretty sure right now she's even wondering if she's going to, be able to keep her channel the way that it is. Will you be able to keep your channel? Like, what is YouTube going to do as a result of this, if they do anything? When you get to the point where your behavior has ended up in a federal lawsuit, and in a federal civil lawsuit, and it's a international thing, because anything dealing with Cardi international. And I'm guessing that's why she's feeling like, why Tasha's feeling like she's a celebrity now, because, you know, she's getting some type of recognition because of this stuff that's going on with the trial, albeit negative. You know, she still feels like, in her eyes, she still feels like a celebrity. I'm hoping that someone tells her this is not the celebrity, the type of celebrity that you need to be going for. This is not the type of celebrity does a good brand make. This is not the type of celebrity that a, you know, bona fide journalist, people, you know, somebody that people really going to look up to and respect outside of YouTube, if you want to make it outside of YouTube. I'm hoping that they really sit down and tell her, like, this isn't the way for you. This is not the way to go. This is not the way to go. And really, like, you have to, whenever you do stuff like this, y'all, you have to, especially in her situation, it's like you may put yourself in the place where you have literally blackballed yourself, because people that may have been willing to do some things with you before, now that they've seen the stuff that's happened with her and Cardi and the reactions that she's had from the people that have attended, people making comments about stuff that she said to the attorneys, stuff that she said to the lawyers. It's like, did you blackball yourself to the point where people just don't want to fool with you? And you can't blame it on Cardi. You can't blame it on anybody else. You have to blame that on yourself because of your own behaviors. And that's why I said the other day that this is a self-induced injury. This is a self-inflicted injury. She caused this completely on herself, so she can't really be upset. I mean, I guess she can. She can do whatever she wants to do, but she can't really be upset with anybody else because of the repercussions of her own actions. Like, she did this. She brought all of this on herself. All she had to do was leave the young lady alone. That's all that she asked for. That's all she had to do, was just leave her alone. So that is something that she's definitely going to have to deal with. That's something that she's going to have to sleep on. That's something that she's going to have to meditate on. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all you had to do was stop. All you had to do was stop. And you would have still reached 1 million. I'm sure you would have still reached 1 million without doing all that stuff. I'm talking about this young lady. That's all I have to say about that. So, I have the video up from the other day when I was talking about the narcissistic situation going on with Tasha K. And it was a live. We went into more detail in that live. I also put a video out today showing the 7 signs, giving you guys 7 signs to recognize a narcissist or a manipulative person. I'm going to go back and give you some more signs, some more things to look for whenever you're dealing with these types of people, so that when you are dealing with it, you know how to identify. Then I'm going to come back and tell you how to deal with it should you run into a person that has those traits. She put a bad review. I don't have. Yeah, I saw on the lead attorney's channel where she put the bad review. I spoke about that the other night too. Again, that is a narcissistic person. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say they'll go and they'll put stuff out about you. Like, they want to control the narrative. They, whether it's a lie or whatever, they're going to put stuff out about you. They try to beat you to the punch. So, and she may have felt like her attorney wasn't a good attorney at the time, but she kept that attorney. She didn't want to lose that money and have to go and get another attorney, so she kept that attorney. But on the flip side, I would also say her attorney was probably thinking the same thing about her, like, you ain't too sweet your darn self. You know what I mean? Because I know that is a handful to deal with. Lord have mercy. That's a handful to deal with. Y'all, we get to see that. That's a handful. That's 2 hands to deal with. So it's just, she needs help. She definitely needs help. And, you know, we say that about a lot of people. And I know on YouTube, you know, you hear people going and saying that people have all types of illnesses and people psychotic and they this and they that. They got all this stuff going on. And at the end of the day, I mean, people are just putting labels on people for the sake of putting labels on people. If you don't have that background, if that's not your background, you just might need to stay away from that like altogether, because this stuff is real. And the stuff that she's going through is real. It's definitely, it's real. So I'm hoping that she gets some help. I genuinely hope that at the end of all this, that she goes and gets the help that she needs. Not somebody that's going to tell her what she wants to hear, but somebody that tells her what she needs to hear. Somebody that she will be open to listen to, and somebody that she is going to be honest with, because at the end of the day, the only way for this process of healing to start working, or for her to start getting some help, is if she starts being honest with herself first. And that's one of the hardest things that a narcissist can do, is be honest with themselves, because they have lived so long in this fantasy world, living in this world of grandiosity, having all these grandiose thoughts about themselves, these grandiose, the ideas of self-entitlement, these grandiose thoughts of, I'm better than you, all these, superiority thoughts. Like, you've been doing that for years, lying to yourself. Not saying that you're not a good person, but all the ideas and the fantasies that you have up in your mind, they're not real. They're just that. They're fantasies. So you have to actually be honest with yourself to even open up that door for any kind of healing to take place, or for you to even start addressing the problems that you have. You have to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself about the stuff that led up to this point where you are today, why you are a narcissist, what things happened in the past, what things happened in your childhood, what things happened in your early adulthood, what experience did you have that put you in this place that you felt like you had to be better than other people, that you felt like you couldn't care for other people, that you couldn't show compassion for other people. What happened to you that made you feel like you had to constantly lie? Because that's one of the biggest things with narcissists too. They are habitual liars. Oh my goodness, like, they are habitual liars. And I know that there are sometimes Tasha probably aggravated herself, because when she had to answer those questions, it was like, I lied. Dang, I lied. Like, there's not, like, the people got the stuff right in front of you now. People that really got it bad, they still gonna sit there even though you got a black and white composition book in your face. No, I don't. Tasha, you got a black and white composition book in front of your face. No, I don't. Tasha, you don't see that black and white composition book, that book that says composition book right there? You don't see that in your face? No. Now, that's when somebody really has it bad, because they refuse to lose. I think you may have seen a little bit of that too. Lord bless her heart. I'm praying that she goes and gets some help. Tasha, if you are watching, please go and get some help. All BS aside, please go and get some help. And we pray that whatever caused you to do whatever you did to Cardi and the other people that you did stuff to. We speaking about Cardi because Cardi's the one that was involved in the case. Cardi's the one that, actually set the tone for everything else. So just anything that you did to do other people wrong intentionally. Like, number one, I hope you right your wrongs. I hope you look. I can't tell nobody. Like I said, I can't tell nobody what to believe now. But I'm hoping you doing some prayer and asking somebody to forgive you. Forgive yourself for doing it. Please, you're gonna have to do that too, because it was yourself that got yourself in this mess. So you're gonna have to forgive yourself for putting yourself in this mess. So, anyway. Guys, go back, check out the other video. Go check out the video that was released today. 7 ways to identify a narcissist or manipulative behaviors. And I'm going to get on up off here and get somebody else a chance, because I just tried to find my little way where I could slide in. I saw lead get off, so I tried to jump in real quick. And I know other people got this stuff that they want to do, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get off of here. I thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all got something out of this. Tasha, if you're watching, please go go and get some help. I know somebody said something about bipolar disorder was mentioned before. There may be some bipolar issues going on. There's also, it's a little bit further than some borderline stuff going on. We're a little bit deeper than borderline. I'm just going to leave that alone. So with that being said, I thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all the certified dimes that were tuned in. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to all the non-subscribers. If you are here today and you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Get your lifestyle updates. Get your life coach updates. Do a little something different on YouTube than hearing the same stuff that you've been hearing all the time. So subscribe to the channel. Leave your likes. Leave your comments. And guys, I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't get anything else from this live tonight, if you don't get anything else from what I have said in any video that I have ever done, I need you to remember this one thing. If you don't remember anything else. Where did it come from? I'm sorry, I got distracted just that easy. Mind your business. And when you get through doing that, mind it again. All right. See y'all next time. Bye.